it's hard.
Yeah, anxiousness makes us go back to status quo and go back to the zone of comfort, right? Like the comfort zone, because that gives us some feeling of security and safety, and just kind of holding on to what we know. The the thing is that when you, again, simple thing, like if you think about the Gauss curve, right, that the normal distribution, and you think about business, so you've got um, the innovators, the early adopters, the early majority, late majority, and laggers, right? So every single business, which is the most sane thing to do, by the way. So like this is nothing wrong, really, focuses on the early majority, because this is the biggest market. And like basically, if you go from early majority, the early majority educates the late majority, and basically you have that growth curve on your financial gain and your spread of your business. But the problem is that early majority is not very innovative. Early majority likes the things that are already tested and proven and they already work. So the innovation doesn't lie with the early majority, but it lies with the innovators and the early adopters. But of course, there you have the chasm, because you create something and there is a dominant solution on the market. So you have to wait for longer or shorter period of time in order for your solution to come through. And this is where most innovations die. The thing is that when we come to a moment like this, suddenly the early majority is willing to accept things that they might have not been willing to accept otherwise, like online shopping, remote work, education, all these things that we've been talking about. So suddenly you have a bigger market which you can enter with your innovation, that may be actually willing to react in a positive way to that innovation. And I think that a lot of companies still think that people didn't really change through this pandemic, and that they will want to come back to this, like the way things were before. And this is the fear that's holding them back, and it will affect negatively their business. So I think that, like, it's good to, like, more important than ever, to go out and look at people and look
And
at their
talk
way
to
of
people.
behaving and talk to them, and do some research and say, okay, like, did they really change? And do they really see the world in a different way? Or, at least what parts of the world they are seeing in a different way, and learn from that. Because, yeah, that's the
I
space to innovate.
I totally agree that now it's such a special time to innovate, because what you said about the early adopters and the majority of people that are changing, the fact that why do people switch to something new? That's the question. Why would they switch to a new product, a new service? Why would they do that? So usually when you want to sell them, you have to say like, it's much better. It gives you much more benefits. You have to go there. And then when people are convinced, they will do that. So they will change to the new thing. But when something is broken, you don't have any other option, and you cannot resist. Like, let's say Zoom. It's a great example, and I think
Absolutely.
it's an application that when I see it each time, I say like, this is the concrete. This is how you see the design is not needed, because it works like it's so bad, and still everyone is using that. Why? Because they need to. They don't have any other option. They don't say, okay, I need it to be really, really user friendly. I want it to delight me. No, it's not delighting you. You just need it in order to work. So once your current option, which is going to work and seeing people and going to conferences and going to your clients, and once you had these options, so why would you use something which is not that user friendly, and it's less of the experience, and why would you use it? But once it's broken, you cannot resist change, actually. And this is a major example, but it happens in everything. And even like, we can take sectors of industries and see what's going on there, and just imagine what's going to be with conferences, what's going to be with education? What's going to be with entertainment, all the entertainment world? What would happen there? I think it's really exciting, although you could be anxious and excited in the same time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.